Hello everyone, this is Silk bringing you Operation Thunderball Japan 4.4. Okay, we do have a little bit of house cleaning to do as well as some other items to discuss. I'm going to go ahead and do the house cleaning here real quick. If you just saw the end of Bruce's video for the CCP, he had declared that he had 3 militia in Shensi. That's not accurate. He actually had 4. Shensi starts with 2. He had purchased 1 on turn 1, and then he had purchased the 1 on turn 4. So they have 4 militia in Shensi, which I've got marked here. Bruce also moved the cavalry that was here in Shensi as a non-com through Sinkang. I think that's legal, but we're going to check that. There might be a chance that it gets slowed down by this desert here in Singhai. Um, there's almost real rare that anybody gets to move 2 spaces through mountains, but cavalry can as an ability. But this desert might mess with him, but I don't believe it does. I believe he can just move all the way through Sinkang, but if not, we'll end up reworking it and they'll go there. The other tidbit that I wanted to discuss real quick, only because I'm not sure if it had come up in any of the videos. I sometimes get a little spaghetti brained. When China had declared war uh, at my last video there on turn 3, as soon as they declare the war, the KMT and CCP do get to sign a truce. At the time, just because of the mechanics of how we do this, I did send a text thread opener to the players to see if they could, but I wasn't going to wait for that. I went ahead and posted the video. I presume they would. They certainly did. And that is why you have a situation where you have both CCP and KMT forces in Singhai. They will defend together if I try to attack these folks here. Um, the truce, now that it's been signed, they can intermingle their reserve forces. They can defend together. They do not ever get to attack together. And it can be broken anytime by either side, and a fight can break out. Um, Given where the CCP is, I'm kind of guessing this truce may not last very long. I think KMT might break it this turn if they want to mess with them, or the CCP will break it next turn so that they can take Sinkang. We'll see what happens. Something to kind of check out on and keep track of in the next turn. But for us, we just have some technology rolls. As far as I know, this is the correct technology chart. We're kind of checking with each other in the thread, but as far as I know, this is where everybody stands. If anybody got an update, we'll post it. But I believe this is where everybody is. For us, we have our 2 completed technologies here, which is great, which unlocks a new one that we need to chase after, which will be improved factories. And then we're going to try to get large ship construction completed. Due to the wonderful miracle of the PBE tech generation system, it does seem to like the Chinese, or I'm sorry, the Japanese, a whole lot more than it does the Americans. We do, in fact, succeed on improved construction with an 11, I believe. Unfortunately, for large ships, we did not succeed on that. I think we rolled a 5, so that will have to stay where it is. But that said, out of 7 die rolls, we have 6 successes, and out of 6 die rolls, the Americans have 1. So if we can keep that trend going on, this will be a great game for Japan. So we'll see what the Americans do to us on their turn. Meanwhile, we need to make some purchases. We have 35 IPP to spend. We will be spending all 35 of that IPP. Japan is going to begin construction on a new major factory in Honshu. That will cost 6 for 3 consecutive turns. So we're going to go ahead and place that on the build chart there. We then also have 8 for 2 Marines. We have 12 for 3 artillery. So that is 20 plus the 6 is 26. We then have 3 for a cavalry. That gives us 29. And then 6 for 2 infantry gives us a total of 35. Now, as Bruce noted in his recap video, believing that Japan was moving to make Asia for Asians, that is in fact very much what it is that the Emperor has declared. So we do have some combat moves that we need to get going here. We're going to start in the south here, going into Kwangtung. This destroyer here in P41 is going to move to P32. It will then move to P15. It's going to collect a Marine off of Honshu. It will then move back to P32, back to P41. Oh, he doesn't have 3 movement. He cannot do that. Scratch that. He only has 1, 2, 3. He cannot perform that action. That throws that off just a little bit. I want to... Okay, we will redo that a different way. So instead... So instead, we will actually use a destroyer out of the fleet in P32. That's how I do it. The destroyer in the fleet in P32 with the carriers will actually be moving to P15. It will collect a Marine. It will then move back to P32 and then down to P41, and it will drop that Marine off in Kwangtung. I'm going to go ahead and grab a combat marker here. This will be, by my designation, the Fighting 41st. We're going to end up putting into dear old Kwangtung here, because it's going to be quite a few units. So currently it's just one naval, but that's going to get much, much bigger as the turn goes on. All right, from P55, we have a transport. It will pick up one unit from Okinawa, the infantry there. It will travel to P32. It will pick up the one infantry that's in Formosa. It will travel to P41. It will drop off both of those infantry into Kwangtung. From P32, we will move the transport to P15. It will pick up the Marine and the artillery there. It will move back to P32. It will move down to P41. It has 3 movement due to the port from Nanking. And that is a Marine and an artillery that are added into the Kwangtung fight. From P14, I have 2 transports. They will collect 4 infantry. They will bring those 4 infantry down 1, 2 spaces to P41, and those 4 infantry will be going into Kwangtung. Infantry. Lock that down. All right. 1, 2, 3. I should only have 1 transport left, I believe. Right, so that one. Because it's 2. Yeah, transports just perform that action. 1 transport left. That transport will be in P14. We'll be grabbing the Marine that is in Peking. He will be coming 1, 2 down to P41. He will pick up the Marine that is in Hainan, and both of those Marines will be going into Kwangtung. Off of the second fleet where our carriers are, we will just there we go. Okay. I do not know why my mic is having intermittent troubles. I had them last time and still doing it today. We're going to have to get that figured out. Sorry about that, everybody. My mic decided to drop itself out on me in a kind of sudden motion there. So we have, from this carrier here in the second fleet, we have a fighter and a tactical bomber. They will both be joining just via here. They just basically go 1, 2 and fly into Kwangtung, and we'll be fighting there. against those 4 militia. From the 6th Fleet, which for me is my entire kind of bombard boom boom fleet, that fleet is going to come on down to join the party down here in P41, and we'll be discharging, I believe, 7. We'll be discharging 7 bombards into Kwangtung, as we have more than enough units to qualify for that number there. Alright, so that deals with Kwangtung. Now we need to... Oh, nope, I have one more unit. This 1 infantry in Hunan actually is going to walk into Kwangtung. So he is not amphibious attacking like everybody else, but he will join the army there. Alright. Going into... Shensi. We are going to bring the infantry from Suyan and the mountain from Suyan. We'll be bringing the cavalry from Rigi. He'll kind of come down to 1-2. We are going to bring the motorized, and it's going to tow the artillery, and they're going to go to, from Peking to Hopei and then into Shensi. And then having done all of that from the 18th Air Wing is what I'm designating it, but it's the 5 planes that are in Korea. All 5 of those planes, which should be 3 fighters and 2 tacticals, will go 1, 2, 3 into Shensi. Due to the airbase, they still have 2 movement left. So into Shensi, I have 1 infantry, a mountain, a cavalry, an artillery, a motorized, and 5 planes. And that should be all of my combat moves. Okay. So we're going to go down to the battle board here. I was playing with my dice a little bit. This is just going to be kind of a giant test roll here. I just want to do. Just going forward, I can kind of adjust the colors of all of these dice here. So I just want to, if there's anything that is difficult to read or it's hard to tell kind of which color is which. Actually, I'm going to throw my green ones in here too. I just kind of want to know, and I will delete them or rechange them or whatnot for anybody. So this is just a meaningless roll that is just here for kind of visualization purposes. I may even do 2 of them, just so folks can kind of call out if it's hard to read any particular color or number. My rules, by the way, for cocked dice, if at any point a die is cocked, kind of like this one, Tabletop Simulator will in fact tell you what is the top number. So this particular die, even though it looks like it might be a 2 or a 5, Tabletop Simulator is declaring it as a 2. The one next to it is declaring as a 6. You can kind of see the 6 and the 4 are cocked. So there are no such thing as cocked dice here. I'm also then going to do kind of a test roll through our dice box here, just to kind of make that do a thing, just in case. Oh, you guys freaking. No, I don't want to do. There we go. I gotta. Apparently I threw a few too many. So yeah, if this is kind of an alternate way that I can do some rolling, if folks think that's easier to read here against the blue versus reading on the battle board. But the easier one will certainly be on the battle board where pieces kind of match up to the dice that are there. So let's go ahead and grab some units. We're gonna drag them all down here to the battle board and be able to kind of do this fight here. So here is all the units I'm attacking with out of the Fighting 41st. This is going into a mountain territory that Kwangtung is. This artillery here does not get to attack on the first turn, so it simply does not participate. I do have then quite a few infantry and naval. They, however, are all going to be attacking as ones due to the nature of the bombard. Now, normally an artillery would boost one of those, but because it hasn't actually participated in the fight yet, it's not here. So its boost effect does not occur. It won't kick on until turn 2. I do, however, have a fighter and a tactical that came off of my carriers, so I'm kind of hoping they're going to do most of the work, and I only have to get 4 hits anyway. We then have the 4 militia that Kwangtung has to defend with. So we'll put them out here. They're going to defend at 2s. However, I do have a number of bombards that are coming in from the ships here. I have 2 at 4 due to my battleships. I have 1 at 3 due to my battle cruiser, and I should have, I believe, 4 heavy cruisers. I'm going to double check just to make sure I'm correct on that number, but I believe that is my fleet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so there we go. So we have, these are the bombards. 2 at 4 are the red, the 1 at 3 is the battle cruiser, and the 4 orange are 2s. Here we go. Yay for battleships. So the battleship, one of the battleships did hit with a 3, but everything else missed. So that does kill one of the KMT militia before they even get to shoot back. So now that we've done that, I have a tactical fighter at 7. I have a plane at 6. Then I'm going to have actually we're going to use the orange for the infantry, just because there's going to be so many. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll go ahead and use a purple for the fighter. So I have a tactical here at 7. I've got a fighter at 6, and I've got 11 ones with these orange dice here. So we're going to go ahead and roll that. So that worked out pretty well. We got a 5 and a 6 off the 2 planes, so that's 2 hits there. However, I don't think my infantry did anything. They did not. So we got 2 hits. Good enough as far as I'm concerned. He then has 3 units coming back at me. He's got 3 militia at 2, so we're going to go ahead and roll those here. Uh, 4, a 5, and a 7 is 0 hits. We are very, very pleased with that. So the amphibious attack succeeded. The artillery now lands, so that will upgrade one of these infantry. Will stop being a 1 and will become a 2. So we'll use this sort of pinkish kind of die for that. And my artillery will become a 2 due to the artillery being here. So the artillery is at 2, and we'll say one of these Marines is at a 2. That's what the purplish pink dice are there. We're only looking for 1 hit. This shouldn't be too hard. The tactical is red. The fighter is the purple. Here we go. 1 hit right here from infantry appears to be all we have. Both planes missed. Both of it. We only needed the 1 hit, so we're good. He has a single militia left to defend back at us. He gets a 7. This is going just fine. So that is minus the 3 militia there. All of these units are going to go back onto the fighting 41st here. And the artillery. And we'll move them up and over. And put them over here for now. So they're kind of easily seen. So inside the 41st currently, I have 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry, 4 Marines, 1 artillery. That should get the KMT's attention, I suspect. And Kwang Tung has fallen. So that will give $2 to Japan and minus $2 to KMT. So we're going to go ahead and do that here. So that gets us to 29. And the KMT, here they are. Don't know why my mic keeps cutting out, but it really is, and it's getting annoying here. It's not even running on a direct charge. Not sure why it's dropping on me. I gotta figure this out. Not having these problems when I'm playing some of my other Discord things. So anyway, sorry about that. So here we are. We got a fighting in Shang. See here. We're gonna take that to the battle board real quick. Let's move all our. I'm gonna clear out some of these orange dice. We're gonna move all our dice over to kind of my dice pool area. All right, we are again fighting in a mountain. The mountain fights at a 2 because it does not get reduced. The cavalry goes from a 3 down to a 2. This infantry is going to get boosted to a 2. This artillery is dropped from 3 to a 2, and this motorized will be a 1. He has 4 militia, and again, are all at 2. So we will. So I've got 4 at 2. Oh, I gotta move my planes back too. So these 2 planes I did not move off the battle board. So we gotta put these guys back down in Quaintong. That's where they currently are. And we gotta bring down the 18th Air Wing, which is 3 fighters and 2 tacticals. This is how we actually plan to win this fight. We have 2 tacticals, 3 fighters. It is our intention that is going to do most of the work for this fight here. So we have 2 tacticals at 7s. We have 3 fighters at 6s. We have 4 2s. It is a boosted infantry, a cavalry, a mountain, and an artillery. That artillery, however, is first strike, so we will actually use a red for the artillery. On the off chance that it gets a hit, it will kill a militia before a militia gets to strike back. And then we have a single 1 here for our motorized. So we'll roll the planes here first. The planes do just fine. 1, 2, 3 hits. A 3, a 5, and a 2. Oh, actually 4 hits. 6. So 3, 6, 5, 2. So we did get all the hits we need. The first strike might matter, but other than that, we resolve this in 1. First strike misses. Everything misses at that point. But the planes, 3 from a tactical, a 6, a 5, and a 2 from the fighters. We have 4 hits. We are very pleased with that. He, meanwhile, has 4 shots back at 2. He's going to need some hits here. He's 9, 12, 4, 3. Wow. Unanticipated, to say the least. I did not think we would get out of that with 0 hits. Yeah. If folks are concerned about my dice, let me know, because that is a little better than I anticipated. So we take Shenxi with everything we have here. I have a motorized, a artillery, a cavalry, an infantry, and a mountain. That does net $2 for Japan. It is minus $2 for the CCP, so they go down to 0. Japan goes up to 31. And now we have some non-combat moves to conduct still. This infantry in Nanking will move to Shantung. The 2 naval in Shantung will move, or sorry, the 2 naval in Hopei will move to Shantung. The infantry that is in Peking will move to Seiyan, and the light armor that was in Peking will move 1, 2 down to Shantung. That should be all of that. I may have some boats to move. The submarine that is in P50 will stay where it is. The other coastal sub, however, will move from P41 to P50. So both coastal subs are together. And at that point, I think I'm going to move the 3 coastal subs from P42 are going to go ahead and come on down to P59 and be with the Dutch coastal sub and the Dutch transport there. That should be all of my non-combat moves. We've moved just about everything we can move. Alright, so place units. We do have a major factory under construction. That is in Honshu. We then have some units to place here. We placed 2 infantry and 3 artillery. Oh, I did have 1 more non-combat movement. That's what I had to do. I'm sorry. I knew I had a plan. So there was a destroyer that was in P41, and it goes 1, 2, 3, and moves to the off of Tokyo here. So it's in, I believe it's P16, yes. So it's in P16. The other destroyer out of the second fleet, I gotta land my planes too. The other destroyer out of the second fleet goes 1, 2, and also goes to P16. So I have 2 destroyers in P16, which are going to be available to move these 2 Marines that I'm placing in Tokyo. My cavalry gets placed in Rihi, and I have planes to land. The 18th, which was the 5 planes that were in Shensi, the 3 fighters and the 2 tacticals, they all go to Shangtung, join everything that I have there. And the fighter and the tactical that were in Kwangtung just go and return to the carrier fleet that is off of P32. Which I believe they can do. It's just 1, 2, yeah. So it's just 2 there and 2 back. So that's not a problem for them. That should be everything I have other than just collect income. If anybody sees anything or comment, just let me know and we'll do what we need to do. This one did take a little longer than we anticipated. So for income, we have, I believe, 31. So we start at 31. We do get to collect 6 in bonus income from China. It's Peking, Kopei, Shangtung, Nanking, Hunan, and Kwangtung. So that takes us to 37. And then we gain 1 more from the U.S. Oil due to the oil embargo income going down because we're conducting combat operations. So IPP for next turn will be 38 for Japan. This is Silk signing off. Everybody have a good day and go play some games and have some fun.